Somewhere out there in the direction of the constellation Boötes, there is a hole. Not a black hole, not a tear in space, a hole made of nothing, an emptiness so vast that if you stood inside it, you could look in every direction and see almost no stars at all. It stretches nearly 330 million light years across. To put that in perspective, if our Milky Way galaxy were sitting in the middle of it, we wouldn't have discovered other galaxies exist until the 1960s. Astronomers call it the Great Nothing. And to this day, nobody is completely sure how it got there. Here's what makes it so unsettling. The universe isn't supposed to have holes like this. Everything we know about how the cosmos formed says matter should be spread out fairly evenly, like foam. Bubbles of galaxies with thin walls between them. A gap this enormous shouldn't exist yet. So there are two possibilities. Either our best theory of the universe is missing something big, or something is hiding inside that void that we haven't figured out how to see. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some scientists find the second option even more disturbing than the first. But first, how do you even find a hole in the universe? The year is 1981. An astronomer named Robert Kirshner and his team are mapping the distances to galaxies in a slice of the sky. It's slow, painstaking work, measuring how fast each galaxy is moving away from us to figure out how far it is. And then they notice something wrong. In one particular region, the galaxies just stop. They map further out. Still nothing. They check their instruments, thinking it must be an error. But the emptiness is real. In a region where they expected to find thousands of galaxies, they found almost none. Think about that scale for a second. Galaxies usually cluster together, held by gravity, separated by a few million light years at most. Inside the Boötes Void, a galaxy can be 60 million light years from its nearest neighbor. If the beings in one of those lonely galaxies had our level of technology, they might have believed for centuries that their galaxy was the only thing in the entire universe. So how empty is empty? Astronomers calculated it. If galaxies were spread through the void at the same density as the rest of the universe, there should be around 10,000 of them inside. When they counted, they found about 60, where there should be 10,000. Imagine walking into a city built for 10,000 people and finding 60 residents rattling around inside it. That's the Boötes Void. And it's not the only one. Space is full of these underdense regions we call cosmic voids. But Boötes is special. It's one of the largest ever found, so large it earned a nickname that stuck, the Great Void. The astronomer who confirmed it, Greg Aldering, put the scale in words people never forgot. He said if the Milky Way had been in the center of the Boötes Void, we wouldn't have known other galaxies existed until the 1960s. Let that sink in. An entire civilization, blind to the rest of the cosmos, simply because it was born in the wrong, empty place. So what created it? Theory 1, and the one most astronomers accept, is that it's perfectly natural. In the early universe, matter wasn't spread out with perfect smoothness. There were tiny ripples, some spots slightly denser, some slightly emptier. Over billions of years, gravity made the dense spots denser, pulling galaxies together into clusters and filaments. And the empty spots? They got emptier. Any matter inside them was slowly pulled outward toward the surrounding walls. Run that process for 14 billion years, and small emptinesses grow into enormous ones. Under this theory, the Boötes Void is what happens when several smaller voids merge, like soap bubbles, combining into one giant bubble. It's elegant, it fits the math. But there's a catch. The catch is the timing. When researchers run their simulations of how the universe grows, voids this large are supposed to take longer to form than the Boötes Void seems to have had. It sits right at the edge of what our models can comfortably explain, and that's where it connects to something bigger. Over the last few years, Astronomers have found other things the standard model struggles with. Galaxies that form too early. A universe that seems to be expanding at a rate we can't quite pin down. The Boötes Void is one more piece of evidence whispering the same uncomfortable question. What if our picture of how the universe works is incomplete? Some physicists have even asked a stranger question. What if the void isn't as empty as it looks? What if it's full of something we can't detect? Dark matter that doesn't clump the way we expect? Or structure we simply don't have the tools to see yet? And this is the part that should stop you. We tend to think of empty space as boring, nothing to study, nothing happening. But the voids may be the most important places in the universe for understanding what everything is made of. Because they're so empty, they're the cleanest laboratories we have. There's almost no ordinary matter to get in the way, which means voids are where the invisible ingredients, dark matter and dark energy, show their hand most clearly. The way a void grows, the exact speed its walls move outward, is a direct fingerprint of the forces shaping the cosmos. In other words, the great nothing might teach us more about everything than the crowded, bright parts of the sky ever could. We spend our lives looking at the stars. The answer might be written in the dark between them. So which idea disturbs scientists more? That our best theory is wrong, or that the void is hiding something? The honest answer is that both lead to the same place. We don't fully understand the universe we live in. And the Boötes Void is the largest, emptiest reminder of that fact. 330 million light years of almost perfect nothing sitting in our sky right now. In the handle of the kite-shaped constellation, Boötes. You can't see it with your eyes, but it's there. A monument to how much we still have to learn. Here's a final thought to sleep on. Light from the far side of that void left before the first dinosaurs walked the earth, and it's still crossing the emptiness, still on its way to us. So what do you think is inside the great nothing? Truly empty space, or something we haven't learned to see? Tell me in the comments. And if your mind likes going to places this big, watch the video on your screen right now. See you on the bright side. See you.